Solo, everything you need to know about the new Star Wars spin-off. Ron Howard couldn't help feeling like Han Solo when he got dropped last minute into the director's chair of Solo, a Star Wars story, replacing ousted filmmakers Phil Lord and Chris Miller mere weeks before the end of production. I had to be a little Han-like, a little reckless, and lean into this and be like, what the hell, let's go for it. Never tell me the odds. Howard laughs, rolling off a signature Solo line like an old-school Star Wars stalwart. The newest galactic spin-off, officially opening Friday, though theaters will show it Thursday night, stars Alden Ehrenreich as a younger version of Han Solo, the iconic space smuggler made famous by Harrison Ford. The movie chronicles his escape from a rough youth on his home planet Corellia, how he was introduced to best friend Chewbacca, Joonas Suotamo, and gambling frenemy Lando Calrissian, Donald Glover, and his first time in the captain's chair on the Millennium Falcon. The Oscar-winning director had to be less methodical and more instinctual when taking over Solo. There wasn't much time to overthink things. However, there was some time to explore and experiment creatively, and everybody was up for that, Howard says. It was a very unique circumstance, to say the least, and I wound up having an excellent, exciting, kind of surprising creative experience. Review: Solo gambles, and wins, by not being just another Star Wars movie more. Meet Phoebe Waller-Bridge's revolutionary new Star Wars droid L337 earlier, the definitive ranking of all 10 Star Wars movies, including Solo. More, how Lando Calrissian and Donald Glover stole Solo from Han Solo. Howard and his cast run down what you need to know about the latest chapter in the expansive Star Wars universe. The first Star Wars spin-off, 2016's Rogue One, eliminated the opening words that have long been a staple of the episodes in the Skywalker saga. Solo uses the crawl button a different way, as it throws the audience right into Han's fast and furious world. We wanted an urgency, and I also wanted it to be grounded, because he's not out there yet. He's not where he wants to be. And yet he's right away in trouble, and we get to see how his brashness and need for speed reflects itself in a tight situation, Howard says. We wanted that visceral 70s crime story involving muscle cars in the opening of a movie that also features a Western vibe, some Road Warrior here and a little Raiders of the Lost Ark there. Plus, we never want to veer far from the style and heritage and ethos of the galaxy far, far away. The scruffiest of nerf herders, Han has never been the chief Star Wars protagonist or the eyes through which you see these movies, so it was a tall order to organize a story from his perspective, Ehrenreich says. He's also never exactly been a Jedi Master when it comes to action scenes, as seen when he runs screaming from stormtroopers on the Death Star in the original Star Wars and has no clue what to do in the middle of a muddy battle in Solo. Something that was important to everybody was not somehow just making him a karate expert or able to do things you haven't seen him do before, Ehrenreich says. He's still very much a fallible, human guy. He is just a dude. The tension and fun of the action sequences is that he's doing his best and he's a little more like you or me. After playing the furry Chewie in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, Suotamo plays a younger version of the character, young being relative, since he's 190 years old in Solo, who runs into fellow members of his species during a big heist situation. At first, I was a little bit like, why does there need to be other Wookiees? I felt my special place was being challenged, quips the 7-foot Finnish actor. But they were wonderful to have. It really allowed for some great moments to show Chewbacca's nature and personality. He is very loyal to his tribe and his people. And unlike Han, Chewie is pretty good in a fight. As a fan of Star Wars, I've just always wondered how strong this Wookiee is and what would happen if he just snapped at you, Suotamo says. I think we get our answer, it's Wookiees Unleashed. Human-robot dynamics have been a hallmark of Star Wars, from Luke Skywalker and R2-D2 to Poe Dameron and BB-8. The feisty L337, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, is Lando's co-pilot on the Falcon but also is kind of the infamous gambler's life partner. The fact that they can be rude and short with each other and they can boss each other around is actually what reveals their love and trust for each other. Because they know they can speak to each other that way, Waller-Bridge says. When the idea is floated that they might actually be in love, and Lando has been confirmed as pansexual, Han's own romantic interest, Kyra, Amelia Clarke, is amused but not shocked. There's no sense of what does that mean? Waller-Bridge says. This world of Star Wars is just so accepting and beautiful that the idea a droid and a human are trying to waddle their way into a relationship is something that's celebrated. Not only is there more time than ever spent in the Falcon's cockpit, but for the first time in a Star Wars film, Howard used a high-tech wraparound screen in front of the actors that projected what their characters were seeing. So whether shooting through hyperspace, staring down Imperial Star Destroyers or dealing with a gigantic space creature, you'll see that and act accordingly, Ehrenreich says. It was like spending a day in a Disney World attraction, Suotamo adds. When I looked at Alden and I saw the environment colors on his forehead and it's real and it's changing and, whoa, there's a huge asteroid coming at us, you immediately got sucked into it. Ehrenreich and Suotamo played Call of Duty together and shared a mutual love of movies, books and practicing piano while finding their chemistry as Star Wars A-list heroic duo. We really felt the auspiciousness of filming Han and Chewbacca's first meeting, Ehrenreich says. Though at the time, Chewie's not a very happy Wookiee. Things could go either way, adds Suotamo, who approached his character as a rescued dog from the street. He's not very trusting of these people he's about to meet and at any moment he could escape. But Han is also searching for his own freedom, and the kindred spirits quickly formed the bond that Ford and Peter Mayhew had in the original movies. I was just blown away by the realness and how much it rang true, Suotamo says. Their relationship becomes what it is in front of our eyes with those adventures.